All right, so He-Man. The sets were bigger than the Barbie movie. General, Jim Carrey is going to be in a live-action Jetsons movie. Oh man, Muschietti was talking about the Flash. He's still proud of that one. Rise of Skywalker. Apparently, it cost almost $600 million. So we'll be discussing those stories and some more on a light news day here today on this Thursday. Myself and Steph Sabra. Eventually, right now it's me. So that being said, everybody, thank you for being here with us on the Kristian Harloff Show on this Thursday. Let's get into it. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? I am here with you today on Kristian Harloff Show. I appreciate it. So I was just, the reason we're a little late today, I was just shooting Dunkirk with Sam. We did, what was the one that we did? Interstellar, which will be out tomorrow. We'll have Dunkirk on Tuesday. I guess at this point, right, we should just finish up Nolan. I know that Tenet's going to be, we're definitely going to put subtitles on for Tenet, I'll tell you that. And then I don't know if have I only seen that movie once? I feel like I've only seen that movie once. And then Oppenheimer, I was like, can you really react to Oppenheimer? But I guess at this point we're all in. We might as well just stick with it. And we'll do that. So we did them basically almost all of them. And then I don't know where we're going after that. I mean, I know there's so many different movies that Sam hasn't seen, and I know we have the X-Men movies, we have the Hobbit movies we still got to do, we have Star Wars, we have Wicked she's gonna watch, there's really a lot of movies she hasn't seen yet. I'm thinking I don't know if I should jump into Fincher yet. So we're trying to figure out where to go with her next because there's so many things. I watched Insomnia. I did all that stuff. So we did a lot. We did a lot. I know I thought about doing Harry Potter next, but the only thing with Harry Potter is we were thinking about holding it until the series was coming out and getting closer when the series is coming out. So it might be actual. I don't know. And she hasn't seen a lot of Denis Villeneuve's movies. I don't know. There's a lot. Maybe some Tarantino stuff. I don't know where we're going to go yet, but we still have about 3 more movies left. Now, Steph and I just put out our Commando reaction. Please go and check that out today. We're probably going to do Running Man next as it leads into the new Running Man. Very different. Obviously, they're staying more to the story, and I think that the story from Stephen King, and I think that the Arnold one kind of went off into another spot there. Coogler movies. She's seen a lot of them. She's seen Creed 1 and Creed 2. She's seen I don't know if she saw Fruitvale Station, but she saw Black Panther and Black Panther 2. So she's seen all Coogler stuff really, except for Fruitvale Station, which that's a tough watch in general. So I don't know about that one. I'm not sure about that one. So we gotta think about it. You gotta think about which ones. I mean, now the Jordan Peele movie she might not have seen. She might not have seen Get Out. She might not have seen Us. Those are interesting ones to potentially do. And we might even go back and do Werewolf by Night because she never saw that one. We said we'd do that closer to the holidays. So a lot of cool stuff happening, guys, on the channel and everything too. We got the pilot kind of moving, and I think that really, really soon we're going to be able to announce. I think I told this on the show that Roxy was on. The goal is to announce the Kickstarter goals and announce the director and producer on the stream, and then some of the stuff that they're able to offer as well on the side of it. Anyway, so I'm excited to bring that to you guys. It's been really, really a fun journey thus far. All right, let's get into the story, the news story, as we wait for Steph. Now, where is Steph? Let's see. What did she say? She said, oh, I saw that. Okay. She texted me, but I was already recording at the time. So, all right, here it is. This is the first story. He-Man. As I said, I was going to talk about He-Man as we got closer to it. You guys know, well, maybe you don't, but I have a lot of history with the He-Man franchise. Mattel Studios, the production company offshoot of the toy brand Mattel, hit it out of the park with its first major feature, which was Barbie, which grossed over $1.4 billion at the global box office. Now, Mattel Studios president Robbie Brenner appeared at MIPCOM Cannes 2025 this week, where she discussed their upcoming second feature, which is the new live-action Masters of the Universe film. Directed by Travis Knight, film is a live-action take on the famed He-Man toy line and cartoon. Brenner tells Hollywood Reporter she visited the set and was surprised by the scale of production. She said, I went and visited the set last year, and out of all of the movies that I've worked on in my entire life, even Barbie was the biggest. It was massive. I think we took over 2 or 3 sound stages. This was on 8 back lots. Characters walking around that are 8 feet tall. These are crazy characters in this movie. She also confirmed that she recently viewed an early director's cut of the film, which is still very much in the midst of post-production. She said, I actually just got to see a director's cut of the movie. That will be our second theatrical movie. I think it's a perfect compliment to Barbie. I think people are going to be excited. It's so much fun and feels so different. Nicholas Galatasaray leads the cast of the film as Prince Adam, He-Man, Camila Mendes as Tila, Idris Elba as Duncan. I keep forgetting about that. Alison Brie, Marina Baccarin, and Jared Leto's great cast. Also starring James Purfoy. And the film opens theatrically worldwide on June 5th, 2026. I'm just so cautiously optimistic, because the reason I am optimistic, and I say this each and every time, is because of Travis Knight. Travis Knight and what he did with not only Kubo and Two Strings, which is a great movie, but what he did with Bumblebee. I still think live action Bumblebee is the best Transformers movie that they've done so far, is the most true to the actual line. And what they did in the opening of that movie was incredible. I think he's great. I don't love certain things that they're already playing, to the changing some of the lore and changing but I have to see how it's put forward. I want to see how Eternia looks. If the imagery from Skeletor is indeed fact, I don't like the way he looks. I think he looks really creepy, horror movie type shit, and doesn't look great. But again, let's see how it is. But I am optimistic because of Travis Knight, and it's a good cast. So the fact that it's big production set, I mean, that's great. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a good movie. But I wonder what Steph thinks about this. Steph Sabral, what do you think about this?
Hi. Okay, so I was thinking when I was reading the article, and then I was seeing some of the comments about the release, and it was interesting, like the comparison, just the direct comparison, obviously, with Barbie. And it's like it's different but similar in the sense that if they can get their base fans to just show up and then it's good, then it will be a great hit. But it is, I feel like I don't know what that looks like, because I didn't even know what a good Barbie movie would look like. But it feels like the He-Man universe is a little bit more particular, which I kind of understand, because there's been adaptions already of what that should look like and what people are looking for. I feel like as an outsider, I kind of have a advantage to it, where I'm like, I have no idea what this should look like. I like Travis Knight. Like you said, I like the cast. So it's like, if it's cool, then it's cool. Like, I don't even know what they should look like. So it's kind of, I feel like there's
so you're
a lot
not
more
you're
pressure.
so you don't know much about the lore in general.
Not at all.
Right. So what I think the way that they is with Barbie, their approach was the right way to go. They took this approach of almost like this kind of meta thing about Barbie in general, and the way that they played it, and the way that there was the dolls, and it was outdated, but she's discovering herself, and they played it right. They can't do that obviously with He-Man. I'm hoping, as I always say, that they do play it a little bit more on the serious side of the science fiction fantasy, and really make it I've always said it many times over, that I think it's a cross between a movie like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. You could really do that. But I don't know if they will. I don't know if they're going to make it goofy. I don't know if they're going to play comedy, and I don't know if they're going to play comedy in a way that it's all right. There's just some funny moments in it. It's just those characters. That's a funny character, or is it going to be like a Guardians 2 scenario where everybody gets a joke? And I certainly hope that's not the case. It doesn't seem to be Travis Knight's style, so I don't think that that's going to happen. The leaked art I saw for Jared Leto, I think looks horrendous. I think it looks horrendous.
Oh, really?
As Skeletor, I think it looks so. It looks like something like out of Blumhouse, and it just doesn't. I don't love it. I don't love it, but I don't know. I gotta see how it plays. But I don't know. As I said before, I'm cautiously optimistic, and I hope that it's massive. And I really do hope. I mean, my history with it spawns back almost 20 years ago now. When I was with Silver, we pretty much got it picked up. And we thought it was going to get made back then, and then just no one's really been able to crack the code. So I hope that Travis Knight can crack the code. Because I think it can get someone like you who doesn't know the lore. If they dive into it right, they can capture you.
Yeah, I think that it seems like they're already approaching it differently than Barbie, because it's like Barbie doesn't have like a full story like this universe has. So I think
right.
That's good to have someone like Travis Knight. It's like where it's not it shouldn't probably be meta, and it definitely is a different audience because it's more male centered. I'm sure there's women fans too, but it is more male centered. And the thing about Barbie is it hit that like the women's expectations of a Barbie doll and how that plays into real life. And it's like women like that stuff. Like I feel like it should really focus on doing the lore justice because they have that for this specific universe.
That's a great point. Yeah, because it's like, okay, so as you said, they had to kind of come up. What's the story? What's the story for Barbie? It's almost like when you watch the studio, it's like, what's the story for Kool-Aid Man? Like, what's the story? It's like, sure. But with He-Man, it's like, well, there's a story. He was, he's got this sword. His mother's from Earth. They have this. The question is, though, how much of the lore are they going to take? Because I can tell you from working with Mattel back then, they were very particular on not messing with the lore and being true to what came with the actual lore itself. Now, I still to this day think, as much as I loved the 80s cartoon, and that's what most people think of when they think of He-Man, to me, the most true, or not most true, but the best version of the story was the 2002 Cartoon Network series. However, I don't think they're going to go anywhere near that lore. I think they're going to play way more into the 1980s version of it. It was the more popular version. I really hope that they use the theme. I hope they can do it. They can make it work. I hope that they do it.
They would have to, right?
They don't have to. No, because it's like, I mean, it would be a great nod to the fans of that the 80s show, and say like,
oh, because they had different themes.
Well, the 80s theme had one theme. The 2002 had a different one for sure. But that is very recognizable to the He-Man fans. Is that theme? You can. I just worry that they go, well, it was an 80s theme song and it won't play that well. If you listen to it and you take someone like a Samuel Kim or somebody who does music like that, and you ask them to do that, and I guarantee you they make it sound like, if you imagine Hans Zimmer taking his spin on that, that'd be amazing. Be amazing.
Yeah, that would be. I've only heard. I think I have heard the theme, but I think Hans Zimmer just taking it and making it more new age would be sick.
Well, we'll see. He-Man, Masters of the Universe. What do you guys say? You excited for it? Not excited for it? Couldn't care less. You think it's going to have Orko in it?
I wish I knew.
Fair enough. So before we move on to another thing, I've been telling you guys about Strawberry. I told you about Upside. I'll tell you about both of them, and then we'll be right back with some more stories. I want to tell you guys once again about Strawberry.me. It's been so beneficial to me. It really is. It helps people move from just a job to fulfilling career by providing personalized coaching and a clear plan of action. It certainly was the case for me, just to hear my progression, things that I've done in my life, and hear what I could do, what I should focus on. It's been so helpful, because you want to have a job. right? Everybody wants to have a job, but what you really need and you want is a career. It's not something that only provides income, but it's a sense of self-worth. It's a sense of accomplishment. If you feel stuck in your job and you want to level up your career, you really should check out strawberry.me. It's a coaching service. It's going to help you move up the ladder, negotiate better pay. You can land a job that you love in an industry that you're passionate about. You just take a quick quiz, and then strawberry.me is going to match you with a career coach who is best suited to help you achieve your goals. Certainly was the case for me. Sitting down, talking to someone, questions being asked, me answering in ways that I've never really thought about before. It's monumental. And you really have to take accountability for the choices and things that you've made in your life. And when you see those, it's easy for you to then say, oh, well, then I can level up by doing this. Because it's easy to put off important career moves without someone to keep you on track. And that's what strawberry.me does. Head on over to strawberry.me/Christian to claim a special offer and get started. That's strawberry.me/Christian. Stop selling. Start building the career you actually want. It will help you tremendously. What's crazy is that it's fall already. It's coming. And I got 2 kids. The back to school rush, it's already here. We're getting the early morning drop-offs, the after-school activities, the soccer games, and the last-minute supply runs. Don't forget about the extra trips for groceries, gas. The days get busier, and it all adds up. It adds up fast. Get that free Upside app. There's an easy way to earn real cash back every time you fill up your tank, grab a bite to eat, stop on essentials. Whether you're driving across town for the soccer games or picking up snacks for the school lunchbox, Upside helps you keep more in your pocket. In fact, Top Upside has given back $1 billion to its users. $1 billion. The free Upside app, it gets you cash back on daily essentials, whether it's gas, groceries, and dining. And yes, if you're asking, it's real cash back. There's no confusing rewards, points, credits, just money. And you can transfer it straight to your bank account. Next, claim an offer for what you're buying on Upside. Then pay, as usual, with a credit or debit card. Follow the steps in the app, get paid. So I'm using this. I heard about it, especially. Everything I mentioned with the soccer games, the back to school rush, all that, that's me. And since I learned about this thing, it has been so beneficial. It fits in so easy to my wife's schedule, to my schedule. Upside has given back $1 billion to its users. To find out how much you can earn, you got to download the free Upside app. You got to use that promo code Christian. You get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. An extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. Using that promo code Christian. I love hearing about stuff like this. I'm so happy that I have discovered Upside, and you will be too. I'm serious. I hope you guys have already checked out Upside, and don't just do that thing where like, oh, I don't know what this is. I'm not going to pay attention to it. Pay attention to it. Pay attention to Upside. Pay attention to strawberry.me. It can help you out tremendously. I put it in there, and I only take on people that I think you guys are going to be interested in. Steph, I put out the Commando reaction today.
Oh, awesome. I can't wait to see the reaction to that.
How fun was that movie?
It was so fun. I'm so excited for the rest of them now. I never knew how much I just liked a great action movie. Just
great
like
Arnold
very
action movie
too. And specifically Arnold action movie. It's like he's just like an action hero.
He's a force of nature. He's a force of nature.
Yeah.
He's an absolute force. You talk about that guy's got more personality in his toenail than most people have in their entire bodies.
The close-up shots of the biceps are crazy.
Crazy. And he's like, and the one-liners are on point.
That's my favorite.
On point. Remember when I told you I'd kill you last? That's right, Matrix, you did. I lied. And then what'd you do with Sully? I let them go. I mean, there's so many. There's just so many.
So good.
Sorry, we're going to do Running Man next.
Okay.
I think we can do Running Man. So we'll do Running Man, and then there's a lot of other ones you haven't seen. You haven't seen Twins. I hope people click on the Arnold ones because I don't want to bail on the Arnold movies with you. I want you to watch them. But if they don't give a shit, we're gonna move on to something else. But I hope they check it out. We'll be checking out Running Man. We did Predator.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did that one. We have quite a few that we're gonna watch. The other one I think that maybe we should take a right hand turn after Running Man is maybe do, because of all the buzz that one battle after another is getting, maybe we do Boogie Nights.
Oh yeah,
because that's one
yeah.
that you keep hearing about, and that
I
one
know.
that's a crazy movie. That's
That's what Mike
movie.
said too, right? He
Yeah.
loved that too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite PTA movie for sure.
Okay, I have to check it out.
It's really good. Yeah, we'll do Twins. We're gonna do Total Recall for sure. Well, Steph, that's one of the only ones Steph has seen is Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the ones
I
that
don't remember it at all. I just
Okay.
know that there was
You're probably what,
he
4
had a
years old when you
kid.
saw it? Yeah.
Yeah, I was so young.
Do you remember who the kid is?
No.
The actor? Jake Lloyd from
Really?
from Anakin, little Anakin.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, man.
So
I
maybe
hope what if he makes his acting resurgence? People will be nice this time.
Oh, I don't know. I think poor Jake just went through it. I think he's done with this business, and I don't blame him.
Oh,
He was a little kid. He's a little kid.
God.
Kindergarten Cop's another one that we definitely have to watch. Kindergarten Cop's a great one.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
A great one. Put the cookie down. Is that might be from the other one, but yeah, it's not the tumor. Last Action Hero. Do you ever see that one?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So there's a bunch, but you guys are suggesting all of them, and I love that. You got to click on them. You got to watch them.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't watch Commando yet, you're part of the problem.
You're part of the problem.
Part of the problem. Okay. There was a problem with Batgirl. That's why we're never going to see it.
Oh yeah.
Well, one of the actors that was in Batgirl, Jacob Scipio, says he saw the movie before it was scrapped. He shares his review. Now, I have not read this article, Steph. I am going to bet $10,000 that he said it's a good movie and it should have been released. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with that.
Otherwise, why would he say anything?
Right.
But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he says, you know what? It's a real piece of shit and shouldn't have come out. I stand by the studio. I doubt that is what is about to happen. So let's see. Okay. Batgirl star Jacob Scipio has confirmed he was among those who got to watch the ill-fated DC Comics adaptation after Warner Bros. Discovery scrapped it and hails the unseen movie as phenomenal. Shocker. When Warner Bros. Discovery decided to pull the plug on Batgirl, even though principal photography had wrapped, fans and filmmakers alike were left reeling. It was an unprecedented movie and one that saw a deal LRB and below flaws DC Comics adaptation deemed unreleasable in reports from the trades. Seeing as moviegoers had already suffered through the likes of Black Adam and The Flash, it was hard to believe a title made for Max could really be that bad. Ultimately, it felt like David Zaslav wanted to save money by scrapping a movie which couldn't recoup its cost from a streaming debut. For what it's worth, DC Studios co-CEO Peter Safran has said Batgirl was not releasable and perhaps particularly praised Zaslav and the team for making a very bold and courageous decision to cancel it because it would have hurt DC. As the DCEU's new Cape Crusader following Ben Affleck's appearance in The Flash, Michael Keaton was enlisted to return as Batman alongside Leslie Grace's Barbara Gordon. Batgirl looked set to be a big break for her and Jacob Scipio. The latter was cast as gangster Anthony Bresci. In a recent interview with Direct, the actor confirmed he got to see a near-finished cut of the ill-fated movie. I got the chance to watch it. It was a phenomenal film. Man, I'm really sad the world never got to see it, but you never know. It was great that they saved Coyote versus Acme. I'm going to have a ticket. I'll be buying my ticket and seeing that movie myself. So there's always hope. Hollywood's a funny place, and I think if enough people want it, it can happen. It's a nice thought, but unlikely to happen. There's even been talk of Batgirl being deleted after a funeral screening was held for cast and crew, and it doesn't add up for James Gunn to take a movie shot over 3 years ago, finish it, and make it canon to the DCU. It features the wrong Batman for starters. It could always be an Elseworlds tale, of course, but the moment has passed. No, I didn't care one way or another. Big fun, nice check, Michael Keaton said. I like Batgirl directors. They're nice guys. I pull for them. I want them to succeed. And I think they felt very badly, and that made me feel bad. Me, I'm good. The plan had been for Batgirl to lead to this Dark Knight taking center stage in a Batman Beyond project, likely meaning we could have looked forward to the Bat family being part of a now defunct DCEU. Instead, DC Studios has rebooted the franchise as the DCU with a new Bruce Wayne set to take center stage in The Brave and the Bold. Okay, so to no one's surprise, an actor that was in the movie that didn't have a chance for his performance to be seen said the movie was phenomenal. Um, do I believe him? No, I don't. Because first of all, well, before I say I don't believe him outright, I should say, what's his other taste like? What other movies does he find phenomenal? Does he find Freddy Got Fingered phenomenal? If he does, I'm not going to take him serious. If he starts thinking there's other movies that, you know, I'm like, okay, we're in similar taste, but and he brings up Coyote versus Acme. He wants to make sure that the movie comes out. He probably get paid more if it comes out or whatever it might be. I have a very different opinion with Batgirl than most. I think that it sucks. It sucks that the directors and the actors put all this time in and they don't get a chance. I feel terrible for them. Ultimately, it's who's paying for it, right? Like if I decide if I'm paying for something and I am saying, okay, I don't really think that this is gonna do well. It's gonna hurt our brand. And the guy who's co-running DC Studios agrees with me. I'm gonna say, you know what? Let's just get a tax break on it and we'll not release it. It sucks. And you go, it's their product. It sucks that they're doing that to people, but it's theirs. And then the other side of that is, I think more so, do I think it was so bad that they didn't want to put it out? No. I think they were in a place where they need to make some money and it didn't benefit the brand at all. And it wasn't going to they didn't feel it was going to pull the kind of numbers that the Batman did. And having yet another Batman, they know they're going to reboot it. They're like, let's just scrap this thing and get a tax break on it. And it sucks, but do I think it was the worst movie ever made? No. It could have been worse than Catwoman? No. And they released that piece of garbage. So I don't know. What do you make of all of this stuff?
Yeah, I think that it makes complete sense. What is he gonna say? And I like, it's bad? No, and I don't think
Right.
that it was bad. It seemed like there was a general consensus that they liked making it. It was fun on set. Everyone liked the script initially, so I'm sure it's good, and I'm with you. I think it's such a bummer. I wish it could be released just because it's like, this is so rare that something this big, that gets scrapped, where I feel like all of these actors thought this was gonna be a big break for them. But
Yeah.
I think it's good press for him regardless. Like, why not say that now? Like, we're talking about him and hopefully he has another project coming up. I hope they all have like other projects coming up and they can kind of just move past this because it's just such a bummer. But yeah, I think that it's the chance of it being horrible is not likely, and the chance of it being like fantastic, gonna change DC is also unlikely, or else they would have just pushed it through. Whether or not that decision was right, I don't know because I haven't seen it, but that seems like the general consensus of why they didn't release it.
Yeah. And it does seem that there's a lot more to it, right? When we're ever gonna the other thing I think we both can agree is that we're never gonna see this movie.
No.
No, they got their money for what they did. It was a business decision, and that's it. But I should also say this: I don't fault the actor for saying that at all.
No.
What he shouldn't do is say, "Yeah, it was right. It was terrible. It was terrible." Like, who cares if this guy's going to predict that I say that it was good? Yeah, screw that stupid guy in the hat. I'm going to say that because I want to encourage the people I worked with and show everybody that I loved how much I was proud of this thing, as opposed to taking the studio side. If he took the studio side, he looked like the sellout.
Right. Right.
So
And they're being asked about it,
yeah, 100%. So he did the right thing. What do you think about Batgirl? Same thing. Couldn't care less. Should we see this thing? Is it a forgotten story of the past? I'll tell you, what is not a forgotten story of the past and never will be is anything Lawrence Fishburne says. I love Lawrence Fishburne. Well, sticking in the comic book realm, he was asked about MCU and other stuff, and he made a play of who he wants to play in the MCU again. Lawrence Fishburne, he wants to come back, but he wants to come back as Charles Xavier. That's right. Lawrence Fishburne only made a single appearance in the MCU, as Ant-Man and the Wasp, Bill Foster. Was he not in the second one? I guess not. That's right. He was only in the first movie. And the Matrix star is eager to return to the MCU as a different character. The Matrix star Lawrence Fishburne joined the MCU as Dr. Bill Foster, aka Black Goliath, Giant Man, in 2018's Ant-Man and the Wasp. But if it ended up being the renowned actor's only live-action MCU appearance, he did voice the character in What If, despite rumors that he was set to reprise the role for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Though there's always a chance that Foster will return in a future project, Quantumania's box office underperformed, and critical reception means a fourth Ant-Man is unlikely to happen. And something tells us that Fishburne isn't exactly waiting by the phone. Even so, it seems that the actor would like an opportunity to return to the MCU, but as a different character. During a Matrix reunion panel at New York Comic-Con on Sunday, Fishburne threw his hat into the ring to play Professor Charles Xavier in Marvel Studios' long-awaited X-Men reboot. So I know they're talking about the X-Men now, so at this point, I want one of two things. First thing would be, what do you think about Lawrence Fishburne as Professor X? As for the second thing, Fishburne is open to suggestions. I don't know. I'm going to let you guys decide. I can't figure it out. However, when host Josh Harwitz suggested the idea of a Star Wars role, Fishburne made it clear that he wouldn't have much interest. No, I'm good. I'm watching everything. I'm watching every Star Wars. I'm in the middle of Rebels now, man. I'm good on the couch with Star Wars. I don't need a lightsaber. I don't pew. I don't need it. What an honest answer that is. Sir Patrick Stewart is set to return as Professor X in Doomsday, but the character is expected to be recast. If not for the first MCU X movie, then at some point during the Mutant Saga. We've already heard the studio might be looking at Coleman Domingo for the role, but reports indicate the casting only recently got underway. How would you feel about Lawrence Fishburne taking on the roles of Charles Xavier? Yada, yada, yada. Okay. All right. Lawrence Fishburne as Professor X. I think we both agree that if it was 10, 15 years ago or 5 years ago, but he'd never done Ant-Man, then he's perfect choice. He's great. He's essentially, he's Morpheus shows that he could do that. I just don't think, why would you recast inside the MCU and put him in there? It's like, oh, but wasn't he in Ant-Man? To the hardcore fans, oh, that's multiverse. In the multiverse, he's in Ant-Man, but in this other multiverse, he's an actor. No, just recast somebody. I don't know. How do you feel about it?
I don't know. I feel like I'm very tempted because I'm such a Lawrence Fishburne fan, and I feel like he can just sell the hell out of any role. But I see that. I forgot he was in Ant-Man, so I don't know how much it will really matter. And they do recast from time to time within the MCU. So, granted, we are on a similar timeline as of now, so I don't know if they've done that necessarily, but I don't think I'd be bothered by it because I just think it does fit perfectly for him. Like, that sounds like a great cast, but I also would be totally fine with them and happy with a new person who hasn't been in the MCU and just kind of start the slate over. Like, I mean, it's hard to say that as an argument when we're having Robert Downey Jr. as the main.
That's a great call. That's a great, but the difference is this though, because we don't know yet with Doctor Doom how he's doing it. Is he taking over a body? Is that? So we don't know yet how he's able to do that. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong that if it isn't that, and if it's there's another version. Why? Well, that version it just gets so confusing.
I know. And I don't love the Robert. I mean, I don't not love it. I just want to see what they're doing with the Robert Downey Jr. Because right now I'm like, it has to be, and we've talked about this at length. It has to be so different for me not to be like, that's Iron Man.
Right.
And that will be on him to take on that responsibility. But I do think there's way more freedom with Lawrence Fishburne because I don't remember his character.
No, I'm so interested to see how they're going to do the Downey stuff for sure. You know what I'm also interested in is that I have been able to shield Sam from the news that he's Doom.
Oh, really?
She has no idea that he's Doom. She has no idea.
That's amazing.
And so when we watched Fantastic Four and she saw Doom, she was like, "Oh my God, who's that?" And I was like, "You have no idea. Well, you're going to lose your mind when you find out who that is." I didn't say that to her, but I was thinking it. And So that's been a lot of fun to try to. Oh, I'm curious, and shoot, next year, man. I mean, she won't find out probably until because it comes out in December, I think, of next year. So she probably won't
Yeah.
find it until like January, February of next year of 2027. She won't know. But
we need a year of her not seeing promo or anything.
I'm telling you, she does not pay attention to anything. And
Okay,
anytime
great.
any Marvel thing pops up on commercial or anything, she tells her family to turn it off. That's it. Okay, listen.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, we're gonna move on to some other stuff here. Probably one more story, and then move on to the questions. But I want to ask you guys what you think about Professor X. Who should play him? Should it be Lawrence Fishburne? Should it be somebody else? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. Steph, all right, we got a big battle ahead of us. You gotta go. You're going up against Roca, who you won with last week.
I did. That was big for me. I needed that.
That was a win you hadn't had in a bit. So can you win 2 in a row? You have to beat Roca, who is at 106.
Oh, he had a good show.
You have less than 100 to go.
Okay.
We're at 10.
How are we feeling, guys? What's the vibe today?
Roca offered a scoop at 100. So what could Steph Sabra?
Damn, that's smart. I have nothing.
Fair enough. So
you know what I did last night though? I haven't seen a comedy show in forever, and Ellis posted about his set at the Comedy Store, and we went, and it was a great. He killed it. He was just guns blazing at the audience. It was hysterical, but it was a great lineup. Ali Wong showed up.
Oh, nice.
I was like, I've never gotten to see Ali Wong.
Oh, that's cool.
And we were in the original room, so a lot of people were just kind of practicing their new stuff, but it was awesome. There was like a lot of people I wasn't familiar with who everyone was funny. Was there anybody else that showed up? Allison, wait, what's his name? I'll look it up and then I'll tell you.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Lawrence Fishburne had mentioned Star Wars and that he didn't, he likes watching it, but doesn't really want to be in it. Star Wars, as we've talked about many times over, needs a hit right now. And we'll see if they're going to get one. And here is something that is very interesting. All their last theatrical movies that have come out, whether it was Rogue One, minus Solo, every movie that they put out since they released a movie made $1 billion. Minus Solo. Now, do I think Mandalorian and Grogu is going to do that? No, I don't. But back then, it was a big accomplishment for them to do that. Now, the question is, how much were the budgets? Now, there's a new report, and this is crazy. I never saw this report before. Never heard about this report before. Star Wars Disney reportedly spent almost $600 million producing Rise of Skywalker. $600 million. This can't be accurate. This can't be accurate. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker divided fans and critics alike in 2019, and a new report reveals that Disney spent as much as $600 million producing J.J. Abrams' Episode 9. Josh Wilding writes, "We're approaching 6 years since Rise of Skywalker was released in theaters, and Forbes has managed to get its hands on financial data that confirms the movie cost an almost record-breaking figure to produce. While it's previously been reported that the movie cost an already massive $415 million, this report states the budget ballooned to a whopping $593 million, makes Skywalker Saga finale the third most expensive movie ever made, behind Star Wars: The Force Awakens and Jurassic World Dominion. These revised numbers include marketing costs, reshoots, various other expenses, but helping matters was $100 million reimbursement of filming The Rise of Skywalker in the UK. As the site explains, filings for the production company behind The Rise of Skywalker state that by March 2019, 1 month after filming wrapped, the movie was in line with the budget. However, post-production cost less than expected, and by the end of the year, less than 2 weeks after the movie debuted, it was below the production budget. One possible explanation is that the Skywalker's rushed post-production schedule, which we'd previously heard was 3 months shorter than The Force Awakens, that created a multitude of issues for the team working on the movie, but Disney was determined to meet the planned December 2019 release date. Still, when it was all said and done, Rise of Skywalker did turn a $48.6 million profit at the box office, grossing $1.7 billion worldwide. Something these figures don't take into account is problems that this movie faced behind the scenes before J.J. Abrams returned to direct the movie, which has a 51% on Rotten Tomatoes. Colin Trevorrow spent considerable amount of time developing Duel of the Fates, which has served a vastly different conclusion to the trilogy. Creative differences led to his departure from Episode 9, with the result being a fast-paced adventure that played it far too safe. Lucasfilm now intends to make up for those missteps with at least a few movies set in the post-Rise of Skywalker era, including a Ray-led project featuring Daisy Ridley's Star Wars Return. It's still upsetting, Ridley said. You don't want people to feel like you've not served the thing that they're a fan of, but The Last Jedi was so divisive, it felt like the first one, everyone was responsive in the same way. The second, super divisive. The last one, super divisive. It didn't change how I felt about it. However, she said that the filmmaker Sharmeen Abu-Chinoy's idea for a Rey story is cool as shit, and if it weren't amazing, I would have been like, okay, call me in 5 years, but it's worthwhile. And the next up is Mandalorian Grogu, and then Sean Levy's Starfighter. Okay. I mean, it's crazy to me, and it's not crazy at the same time, because they're talking about 2018, 2019, when they're like, okay, look, I think they said the key thing in the article, which was, and I remember this being on Collider back in the day, Disney really wanted this movie to hit that December date. And it's the same thing that they did with Solo, which I think was a detriment to them, where Bob Iger pushed Kennedy to get Solo out in May. And that was a big mistake. They should have put it in December. All their movies were hitting in December. And it was that was a massive effort by Bob. But they were really set on getting that thing out there in 2019 December. And that would push costs, the rewrites and everything else too. It all makes sense of how. But you can see the gamble where they're like, okay, the last movies minus Solo have made over $1 billion. Do we take a shot here, spend this kind of money and make, I mean, they made a $50 million profit. It's pretty damn good. But you would have spent 300 or 350, you would have made a lot more on that movie. So does this $600 million budget, does this baffle you, or does it make sense for the time that it was?
I mean, it's still kind of baffling.
Yeah.
I do think it makes sense in terms of, like, in hindsight, we know that there was a ton of disorganization kind of going on and inconsistencies in the entire trilogy. So I guess that makes sense that the budget could be pushed up a lot and trying to hit that December date, like you said, and the rationale that they had been breaking $1 billion, and there was a lot of still excitement, regardless of how they hadn't yet had this wave of distrust, and I feel like people were still, like myself included, I was so excited. So I could see how they made that. Just seems like an insane number. Like, I don't know how you get there though still.
Yeah, that should not, and I think that they were going through that same philosophy when they did everything that they did with Indiana Jones. Like, oh, well, it'll make it back, and it didn't. So I don't think you're going to get that same kind of like attitude of yeah. You know what? We'll make it back. You can't guarantee that, and that's why Mandalorian Grogu, I think, is clocking in at like 140 or something, which is like the lowest Star Wars movie of I think tied of all time. I think, which is the way to go. Which that movie is not going to cost a lot of money to make, and so when people are like, "Oh, it's not going to make $1 billion," it's going to be a failure. It's not going to be a failure because it's as long as that movie, which I think it can, make between 450 and 500. That's enough for them to go, okay, we did what we needed to do for that movie. Starfighter is the test. Starfighter is the real test, and I still don't think that Ray Chinoy movie is gonna happen. I think Ray is going to be part of Simon Kinberg's trilogy.
Damn.
I don't think that's going to happen. It would have happened already, and I unless the only thing is maybe because she got a lot of pushback for some of the interviews and stuff that she was doing. Maybe they said, okay, let's put the other movies out first, let that storm pass, because it will, and then now let's see what she comes up with. But I don't think that movie is ever going to happen. I think they already are designing something with Kinberg and setting this thing up with Starfighter to get you more engaged in the Rey stuff again. What do you think? Do you think
it's just kind of mind blowing. I don't know, because it's like they bring her out on stage for Celebration.
How many times have they done that though?
I know, but
Yeah.
it's still crazy to me.
Right.
It's like asking me if I'm surprised about the news cycle. It's like, yeah, I actually still
Right.
am sometimes. Like
Right.
that is kind of insane where you're have an entire they should just stop doing Celebration honestly for a minute, because it's like crazy to have a full on show and
Yeah.
then you bring out the star of your most recent trilogy
Mhm.
and are like talking about this movie for years now, and then to think that it's not getting made. I don't know. I just think yeah, that would still shock me. Even with their record, that would still shock me.
Yeah, I I just don't think I just feel like it's too similar to the other things that have happened in the past. And that movie was supposed to come out
Yeah.
like wasn't that movie supposed to come out like was it this year? I think originally it was
I
supposed
think it was 2025.
it was, wasn't it? I think originally it was
I
slated
think
for I
so.
think so. Maybe I can't remember. I can't remember. Either way, at the very least, it was slated for, or it was rumored that that would come out at the end of 2026. That Mandalorian and Grogu would be first, which would then lead to that. But there's been no talk about it. But I don't know.
I love Daisy Ridley. I would always welcome her return. I would love her in any capacity, honestly. If they get her back on screen, that would be awesome. I just feel like that's such a bummer that they're still in this announce and not happening.
I
But
know.
it seems like
Well,
Starfighter is fully happening, so that's good.
it's Starfighter. I'm telling you, Starfighter is so important to the future of Disney Star Wars. It is so important. Man, there will be videos made about Mandalorian and Grogu on whether if it, like I said, if it succeeds, everyone's going, Star Wars is back. No, no, it's not. If it fails, Star Wars is finally dead. No, it's not. That is just them taking this investment, the Moana strategy of saying, this is a TV show. Let's make it a movie. Let's try to turn a profit on it. We were going to spend that money anyway on the season. Let's spend it in the theater. Let's see if we can make a profit on it. It's just it's a one-off business decision. This is the Starfighter is it's the whole tone of it. It's like, okay, where are we going with this? Because you're going to set up and you're going to give us a little crumb of Rey or whatever it might be. You're going to give us a new time period outside of the events that happened in the new trilogy. You're going to start to like say, okay, this is where we're going now. This is our first real movie. After that, here we go. If people get behind it, and not only with box office, but if you can get that same bipartisan, if you will, by the audience reaction that they had when Mandalorian and Grogu, or Mandalorian, I should say, season 1 and 2 came out. If you can get the fan base back there, which showed in 2019 that it was possible, if you can get them back there after Starfighter, then you're balancing that. Don't start doing the crap again. Stay here. But if you miss with Starfighter, you're in the shits, and I think you need to sell it. I think you're in the shits.
Yeah, I'm excited for Starfighter because it feels like a separation. I'm just excited for them to feel like Andor was, and to my surprise, an amazing extension of the
Right.
future
Yeah.
Skywalker story. But now past that, I'm like, if Star Wars, to me, if I want to be interested in it for the long run, I really want them to tell new stories in the galaxy that
Yeah.
get different generations involved, and then just kind of give them more of a freedom to see, like, what are you going to do when you're not just banking on a key character or a key planet, like branch out a little.
Yeah. I agree with you. You got it. And this is why I'm telling you it's so important. If you set up these new characters that people care about, new lore, other things that are happening, combine it with, if you throw in a couple sprinkles of names and things that happen with Finn or Rey or
History.
whoever, the history in the back, okay, fine. But really establish these new characters. And then this is what I've been saying this for like 10 years. And it's like kind of like wrestling or even like the Schmoedown. You would introduce somebody new and you're like, oh, I didn't realize the audience was going to respond to that person the way that they did. Wow. Uh, They really love that person. What if we gave them a standalone?
Mhm.
The audience has been calling for it. But it's not just fabricated. You set it up and gave it a nugget inside of the movie that you're like, "Oh, that's where we can spawn off." And you start building on new shit. And
Right.
they're too scared. They have been in the past too scared to do that. So maybe they're doing that now. We'll see. What do you guys think about the fact that this movie cost that much? At this point, it's like, who cares? It's that's the way they were overspending. It's a matter of what they're doing in the future. That's kind of where I stand. I'm like, okay, yeah, they spent that amount of money. They made a profit on it. You can't really do that now. What do you think? Put your thoughts in there. All right, last story before we get to the questions. We now stand at 15 questions, trying to get to 106. But Jim Carrey, who at one point said he was going to retire, and he stopped with that retire nonsense. He apparently is going to lead a live action The Jetsons. And this is not a Fantastic Four sequel. Jim Carrey is reportedly in talks to lead a live action adaptation of the classic cartoon, The Jetsons, at Warner Brothers. Jurassic World, Colin Trevorrow is in talks to direct the project and co-write the script with Joe Epstein. The project is said to be in the very early stages of development with no deals currently in place. So if it comes, it'll be years away. The original early 60s Hanna-Barbera cartoon, which was in syndication for decades and was set in the distant future, it focused on the misadventures of a family in time of sky homes, hover cars, robot servants, and other tech advances. The family included married couple George and Jane Jetson, their kids Judy and Elroy, dog Astro, and robot maid Rosie. Presumably, Carrey would play George. Carrey most recently starred as Dr. Robotnik in a Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, playing the role across 3 films. A 4th is in the works, but it's not clear if he's coming back for that, though he said he's open to it. All right, Steph. Oh, where'd you go? There you are. What do you think of this news?
Yeah.
Should it happen? Will it happen?
I think it sounds really fun. I think this kind of sounds like it's a good fit, honestly. And it seems like Jim Carrey, even though he talked about retiring, when I heard him talking about Sonic, he's just picking very specific roles that speak to him, that I think give him the freedom of taking it into a direction that he wants to, but also gives him the freedom of using his character work. So this seems kind of like a fun reboot that sometimes I'm like, why do it? But this one I'm like, yeah, I could see the Jetsons being like a super fun, weird reboot.
I don't know if they've ever done a live action for it, have they?
I don't think so. Only the cartoon
Just
that
a
everyone
cartoon,
saw.
right. So I'm surprised they never did it before, especially with the
Right.
way the world's going now too. So and it's Jim Carrey. Now, Colin Trevorrow, who I actually really like as a human being, and the Jurassic World movies are pretty shallow for the most part. I mean, they are. So I think that I I understand why he would do this, and it's also probably likes the franchise in general. You can see why Jim Carrey would want to do it. Um,
Right.
yeah, and I think that that it was right to use that picture of the Sonic thing. And speaking of Sonic, they'll throw everything that they have at Jim Carrey to get him to come back. He's essential to the success of those movies. So yes, he will. If he's open for it, he'll be back for the 4th one. But yeah, this to me is a why not, but it's same old boring answer I have for everything, which is don't spend too much on it because it's not a guarantee. There's a lot of people you're going to have to win over a lot of new people who aren't going to be familiar with this. Like you didn't watch the
Yeah.
Jetsons, right?
No, I know what the cartoon looks like. I mean, I've
Right.
probably seen a few episodes of it. It's constantly talked about in pop or referenced in
Yes.
pop
Yeah.
culture. So, yeah, there is a little hill to climb on that, but also there's kind of this nice freedom that it's like it's just a cool concept on its own.
Right.
So, you don't need that much fandom to propel it.
Yeah. Look, and that's why you get someone like Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Because if you get Jim Carrey in this, you may and because of all the advances in technology now and the way that it's not the Jetsons in the 60s was so out of control with the things that they were thinking about because it was the technology was that's just futuristic crazy stuff. Now the stuff that you could do, you can make it very similar to what's things that it potentially could be, which is the crazy. That's how far into the future we are. What do you guys think? The Jetsons. Something that should happen? Something that shouldn't happen? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. Okay. I can get to your questions, but before we do it, Nutrafol. I love talking to you guys about Nutrafol. They are the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand and is trusted by over 1.5 million people. You feel great about what you're putting into your body since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified. It's the gold standard in third-party certification for supplements. I'm telling you, Nutrafol is no joke. You see the results. Roxy was talking about it not too long ago. She's been using it. She sees the results. You see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping. When you go to Nutrafol.com, you got to enter the promo code Kristian. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com. That is spelled Nutrafol.com. Use the promo code Kristian. Nutrafol.com, promo code Kristian. Thank you to Nutrafol. Very excited to have them on the show. Excited that they're on the show and excited for you guys to be taking benefit of that. All right, Steph, we got some questions. Now, I actually think we might have a little bit more than 16 as I'm seeing here. It's YouTube's doing that thing again where, yeah, wait, let me see. Am I missing one? Yeah, only missing one. Hey, Mr. CJ starts us off. So who will be your partner to watch the 1987 Masters of the Universe? Probably Steph. Can't imagine you've seen that.
In theater?
No. Masters of the Universe, the 1987 Dolph Lundgren one. No. You didn't even know that was a thing. Okay.
No.
Steph will be because that it won't be for a little bit because it doesn't come out until summer of next year. I still get it's so funny. I just saw someone still says I so great to see Steph on this channel. I'm like, she's been on this channel for 4 years.
Yeah, I know. That's so funny.
4
years, like
it's crazy. I know what's crazy, and even more so if you look at like the SEN Schmodown stuff. It's been like really 5 crossed over, but it's hilarious. But it just shows you this was my point. What I was talking about with you guys last week is that the algorithm for live is so different than the algorithm for regular videos.
So different.
People don't even know I do live shows. Some people don't even know I do live shows that watch.
Crazy.
It's crazy. They don't push it to those subscribers. They push it to people that I don't know. It's weird. Go Pal. Great interview with the K-pop Demon Hunters. Did you see it, Steph?
Yes, it was awesome.
Did you like it? They were really nice.
Yeah, they were really nice. I felt like the conversation was super good.
I told them when they came in, I said, like, I don't do interviews. I just talk to people. I have conversations. They said, we love that. We want to, that's what we want to do. Like, we just like talking to people. And I was like, that's all I want to do. Just going to talk to you guys. And I did the same thing. So Alex Wu, who directed In Your Dreams, Netflix movie, same thing with him. And that won't be until a little later into November when that movie comes out when I post that interview. But like, same thing. I just wanted to talk to him. They were great. So it's funny because Arden lives in LA. And I found out that May is from Queens. And so they're both very, very cool. But I was talking to May for quite a bit beforehand too. And she's very much someone that I grew up with. That type of
they're
vibe.
So different and cool.
Yeah.
Like you want to be like as a viewer, I'm like they seem like just like good friends and you want to be friends with them and for different reasons.
Yeah, they said
I really
it in
liked the conversation.
Yeah, they said it in the conversation actually too, was that the animators pretty much took their personalities and added it to their characters, and you could see it. I could feel it talking to them. Yeah.
Totally. Which is smart.
So, thank you, GoPal. I appreciate that. I didn't know Arden Cho was in that. Oh, you got to watch it, man. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah. GoPal says, have you seen the Teen Wolf series? No, but I saw the comments about the Teen Wolf series after the interview. Did you?
No.
Steph? No. No, I never watched it. Darth Vader's burnt asshole. Got to see an early show for Frankenstein last night. Might be my favorite movie of the year. Elordi deserves award recognition, but most likely won't get it. Are you all looking forward to it? I always look forward to Del Toro movies.
Me too.
Even the ones I don't like, I still feel like there's look. It's a Del Toro movie. You talk about this guy who's
Right.
just fun and loves making movies. So I'm excited to. I'm excited.
Immersive. It
Yeah,
always looks good.
yeah.
Always. And I love the cast. I've been genuinely excited for this movie too.
So I'm pumped. Go pal. Eventually, always reminds me of Faulty Towers. What does that
I
mean?
haven't seen Faulty Towers.
I don't know what that means. Eventually, what's that mean? Did I miss something?
Did we say it?
Maybe,
Eventually?
maybe. Go pal. Classic exchange between Basil and Manuel. Is this from what? What am I missing here, Go pal? What was he talking about? He was talking about something before. I'm missing something. Totally missing something. All right. Again, 17 right now. 17. Let's get Steph one of those miracle wins. We can do it.
Yeah.
We can do it.
Come on.
Darian, what's up, buddy? What's up, Christian? You gonna watch the Disney Plus Avatar doc? I didn't know there was one, but yes, I will.
Yeah, I didn't know there was one either.
Yeah,
I probably will too.
You'll be watching that.
Yeah.
I
want to know the scoop. There's always stuff there. I'm like, what the hell?
Of course. Is it full Avatar or Avatar 1, Avatar 2? I wonder. I'm curious. Is it out already? I don't know. Yeah, but Darren, yeah, I'm curious to watch it. I mean, I love Avatar. I'm very excited to go watch that in the theater. I love watching Avatar in the theater. It's one of my favorite things. Movie
Yeah,
related.
me too.
Love it.
Me too.
I don't even know if I want to take a guest.
I'm like, no one ruined this for me.
I didn't take a guess when I went and saw it the first time. I just didn't have a +1. Also, it was a Critics' Choice screening. It wasn't a press screening, and I just sat there and I was so happy to be by myself watching that movie.
So good.
Mike Joyce, Steph's gonna answer this hopefully because I don't know. What does 6-7 mean? It seems like it's everywhere. There's a group of kids chanting in the lobby of the movie theater the other day. My daughters say it all the time. Where does it come from, and why? How do we make it stop?
It comes from a song.
Oh, okay.
And it literally means nothing of importance. Like, that's the biggest bummer, is that people like search for what the meaning is. And it's one of those things where kids just decided that this was going to be what they do, but it's just a random ad lib in a song. And it's just been taken, I forget who the artist is. It's just been taken into a whole new world. And so that's like the new thing, is just to yell it everywhere all the time.
I hate it.
Remember when comedy had a point?
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. It's my kids say it all the time, and it is the worst. It is the worst. In the same way that like, what was it whatever, I don't like a lot of these sayings that people say I don't like. Nathan Drake. First 3 Rambo movies over Commando for 80s action. You can't put the third one over. Look, I love the Rambo movies, but you can't put the third one over. Have you seen the Rambo movies?
Yeah, I have.
You've seen all 3?
Yeah, the first one is so different.
They're
the
very
first
different.
A PTSD war hero story.
Yeah.
So that I can't even compare to Commando.
Mm-mm.
So then maybe the second one, but even then it's just such a different.
The second one's the closest one you can compare because of what,
right.
Because they're both doing the same thing. They're taking out armies.
Yeah.
Together. I love Rambo 2. Rambo 2 is my favorite.
I love Rambo.
I love Rambo 2. Rambo 1 is, I mean, first, I still say this, say it a million times over, blue in the face. It's one of the best books ever. It's such a very different from the movie. Very different.
Interesting.
Yeah, the book was before the Vietnam War was even over. It was released in like 72. So did you react to the Rambo series?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I don't know if we watched all, but yeah.
So you watched all 4 of them?
I think so.
Okay. Or 5 of them. 5 of them rather. There's 5. So yeah, and so in the first movie, as you were mentioning it, how he pretty much, he doesn't really kill anybody on purpose. He throws the rock at the helicopter to defend himself when the guy's shooting at him at the rocks, and the helicopter spins and falls. But he doesn't kill anybody on purpose. He kills everybody in the book. Kills everybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know when he's in the police station,
Yeah.
and he breaks out, and he's clothed, and he punches the guy in the nose, or elbows the guy in the nose, and the guy's nose is bleeding. He's nude in the book, and he guts the guy and leaves. Yeah,
Because he's having like a PTSD episode.
same thing. He's caught and he breaks out, and that's how he knew how to
Damn.
get out. It's completely different. I
That's
would
completely different.
love to see a remake of the actual
I kind of like the movie take, but yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see
Yeah.
a secondary take on that.
Yeah, well, because in the book, Rambo dies. In
Oh,
the end, they actually shot that ending for the movie where Troutman actually kills Rambo, but the audience didn't respond to it for two reasons. One, it's Stallone in 1984 at the height of his stardom. No one wants to see Stallone die in a movie,
no.
right? And the second, because of what I just said, he didn't do anything. He didn't kill anybody on purpose. He was defending himself.
Right.
Why did Troutman kill him? Right? He had to go down because in the book,
I was so on his side.
yeah, in the book, he's got to go down because
Right.
he's an unhinged machine at that point. And the Brian Dennehy character in that is such a dick in the movie. He's sympathetic in the book, and he actually starts to like Rambo. It's a phenomenal book. Go Pal. It's absolutely wild that Lawrence Fishburne was only 14 years old when he filmed Apocalypse Now. I'm happy for him to get any role. He's great in everything I see. Yeah.
I feel similarly.
Yeah, he's great. I love him. Let's see. Next one after that is Mike Joyce. The Age of Disclosure documentary on 11/21 on Prime. I got the press release for that this morning. I'm trying to get somebody interviews for the other channel. That's the UFO documentary.
Okay, that's what I thought.
They released it on South by and they were, I guess, for the longest time, people were trying to figure out where the hell it was going. I guess it landed at Prime. Jake, I was watching Gen V and I saw Ethan Slater, who was also the redheaded Munchkin guy in Wicked, and he didn't even know him and Ariana Grande were together. Oh yeah, you're just not following the scoops because I'm sure Steph knew about that. Yeah.
That was the scoop.
Yeah.
That almost
Oh no.
took away from the movie a little bit. Honestly, I was worried for a second.
Yeah, it did.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you froze for a little bit.
Yeah, that was they had a whole he said she said type situation of how they started, and it was not looking good, but they seemingly just like kept silent and kept it pushing. And so who really knows?
Are they still together?
I think so.
Wow. I don't care.
I know.
All right, let's see. Seattle KO. I think I'd try to cast Ewan McGregor as Professor X. It's a good one. Jason Isaac for Magneto, for Jake Schreier's X-Men. Ewan McGregor for Professor X would be awesome.
That would be
awesome.
That's a cool shout. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Seattle KO or Patrick Wilson as Professor X. Patrick Wilson could do it as well. Yeah, I like Patrick Wilson a lot. Okay, let's see. Next one after that. Again, 21, Steph. 22. Can we get to 106? It's a struggle. We'll see. Josh Vaskovith. Kristian, any horror movie reactions coming up? Yeah, I just did what did we just do? We just did one with me and Ming, and it did Black Phone. It ate a pile of shit. And both Luke and I were like, maybe we just don't do horror anymore because it doesn't seem to play. It doesn't seem to play on the channel. So bummer. Although I might do It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 with him because Welcome to Derry is coming up. So I might do that. But because he's never seen that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I still have never seen
that
Saw.
Looks scary.
Yeah, I still never seen Saw, but I don't know if I want to commit to 11 movies.
No, Kristian.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. Boom or bust. The last decade, we saw the death of a journalistic integrity. With the rise of AI, do you see a renewed respect and desire for major trades? No.
No. It's too hard to fabricate information. with AI.
Yeah, nah. And I think people don't have respect for each other in general. hate to be
Yeah.
so it's pretty terrible. So no, it's not gonna be like, oh, well, AI, so I respect journalists now. No, they're gonna shit on it even more. Yeah, nah. Mike Joyce, any scoop on more cool vids you have planned, Steph?
Not, I mean, I'm gonna try to do some Halloween stuff in the next week. I realized I was gonna do Halloween with my nephew, so I originally was gonna be Jinx from Arcane and do like the full makeup and everything, but I think it will freak him out. So if I'm kind of in this switch zone of, my God, switching to a more chill character, and then maybe I'll do like a video of like that sort of, but I'm not totally sure. Yeah. Some Halloween videos, some more
That's cool.
fashion videos, more vlogs. Yep.
How's the channel been treating you?
Good. Yeah, it's steadily growing,
Good.
figuring out, it's just like such random things will do better than the other. So
Yeah.
there's no like clear thing yet, but
Right.
everything's like doing fine. So
Yeah, you
that's
gotta
good.
test
And
it. You just gotta
yeah.
test it out. I'll tell you what we're gonna do right now. I want to make sure I'm putting I want to see how many. Let's do a test here. Even if you don't put a question in, you can do this. I'm putting in the chat right now. I just put Steph's YouTube channel. Everybody should subscribe
Awesome.
right now.
Thank
Come on.
you.
If you're in here,
Yes.
if you're in here right now, you should subscribe. And Steph, you tell us how many subscribers we got. Since how many do you have right now? You have little over 3,000, 3.04. Let's get her to 3,400 at least. We can do that. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Go, pal. Faulty Towers was a series made by John Cleese. Thank you. All right, 23. Okay, coming close to the end here. Go, pal. At the beginning, you said Steph would be here eventually. Okay. It reminded me of an exchange between Basil and Manuel on Faulty Towers. Iconic.
Oh,
now it all makes sense.
That all makes sense.
Yes. Well, because like I said, I was shooting. This is the problem with, I want to make sure that I get everything locked down. I only had Sam one time. I had her twice this week, but I only had one more time that she could come in. She said, "Can I can come in at 10 in the morning." So I said, "Okay." So I got myself to the gym early, drove from here, put up the commando reaction, and said, "All right, if we start," she didn't get here until like 10:15, 10:20. And I was like, "All right, I can." The movie is. It's actually. How long do you think Dunkirk is? That movie with Christopher Nolan. Steph.
2:45.
That's what it seems like. That's what I thought. It's his shortest movie at like 1:45.
Really?
It feels like a 3-hour movie, but it's
because it's like that one shot, right?
Yeah, but it's not. It's an hour and 45. So I said, okay, I have enough time that I can watch it. So I had Luke set it to that we started at 12:15 Eastern Standard Time, put it in the email, and then I got out a little early. But I had missed Steph's text to me that had asked me if we were still at the same time. So I had started right at the time that I thought I was going to, and she was getting some stuff ready. So at that time, she was in 2 minutes after the intro. Neil Minix, Steph, have you seen Transformers 1? Yeah, she did. She liked it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah. Alex, hot take. I think Jetsons should have a big budget. I'm not interested in seeing a cheap green screen volume version of the Jetsons world. That's not, but no, hold on. There's a difference. There's a difference. This is why I think that the box office talk is so important. It has what's the big budget, Alex? Because overspending on you don't want it to look. It has to look good. You don't want a cheap green screen volume version of the Jetsons. I agree with you. You want it to look good. But what are you looking at? You spend the money on cast on Jim Carrey, and then you lower those costs, and then you get to a certain range. Because if I'm hiring you, Alex, and you come in and you go, listen, this thing's got to have a big budget. We can't do cheap green screen. We can't do volume version of it. So we're going to make this for $200 million. We're going to make it for 215, 220. I'm going to say, Alex, thanks for coming in. Get the fuck out of my office. Because why in the world am I going to take a risk on an old IP that I don't know for sure, and a director that is, because I guess the what you could say to me in the room is, well, this guy made $1 billion on Jurassic World. I said, that was Jurassic World. It was Jurassic. Doesn't matter who's directing it. It's Jurassic. This is, well, you got Jim Carrey. Okay, you got a positive going for you there. But what's your budget? Are you going 150? 130, 140? That's a big budget. I'll give you that. Anything more than that, I think you're pushing it. What do you think, Steph? Should it
Yeah.
go 200 plus
Uh,
for the
I don't
Jetsons?
think no, I don't think so. I think it should stay lower, but I agree. It still has to look nice, obviously, but I don't think it needs to be a massive budget. You just get like one big name like Jim Carrey, and then you get like some newer, lesser known actors.
Yeah, I agreed. The Cali Kid. What's up, Cali Kid? My mother has had major open up the chest surgery and she survived. I love that, Cali Kid. Good. However, she's been in the hospital for a week. I have 4 brothers and tensions are high. Well, please,
Ugh.
our thoughts are with you. Let us know, Cali Kid, how your mom's doing. Man, I hope she's okay. And thank you for letting us know. And
Yeah.
yeah, quick recovery, please.
4
Yeah.
brothers is intense.
Yeah, that's a lot. Crystal, what's up? I'm not sure if you guys saw the Daredevil leak. I'm just so hyped for that season. What I did see was that there's a release date. When was the release date? You know what? I was going to bring that story up, Steph, and I didn't. Where is it? Somewhere is the Daredevil. Okay, so the official date has been revealed at, I guess, at Comic-Con, and it said March 4th, 2026. Makes sense.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I liked it, season 1. You did too, right? Oh, did you
I
ever wind up
haven't
watching it? You still haven't
No,
seen it?
we're not
Okay.
we're still haven't seen it.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Cali Kid, new member. Thank you, Cali Kid. Let's see. I want to see
Thanks,
what's.
Cali Kid.
I want to see what Steph. How many 3 point? Yeah, you just picked up. 200 more subs. It looked like.
Oh, really?
I think
Hell
so.
yeah, guys. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Three.
Thanks for anyone who subscribed or has been a
Yeah.
subscriber. You're awesome.
Yeah. Look at that. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Cool Cash. Can you give us Thank you for reminding me. I shot my review. It's ready to go. I'll make it live after I'm done with this stream. Can you give us your non-spoiler thoughts on Black Phone 2? Couldn't hear you well in the video yesterday. Yeah. Because I'm a moron, Steph. I'm a moron.
What happened?
This is what I need in order to do my out of the theater reactions. I used to do them for a very long time by just holding the phone, but the sound is atrocious.
Right.
But this mic is phenomenal. It's great.
Yeah.
I left it
Which
at the
mic
office.
is that?
This is a Rode, just Rode wireless.
Okay. Yeah.
And I forgot it at the office. So I apologize for that. But it's a very, very solid sequel, as I said. Did you see the first one, Steph?
No.
Okay. First one is they're very different. Scott Derrickson, again, is such a great filmmaker and it's good attention. The only my biggest criticism, which is any horror movie that does this, I just don't like when they do it. I hate when they do jump scares with loud music. It's a cliche that it's a trope that I cannot stand. When anybody does, even someone as genius as Derrickson. It's like this
specific,
but it's like you're supposed to be scared. You're supposed to be scared. No loud music. You should be really scared. And it's like I'm not scared. It's just annoying. But what they did do very well was continue on the lore, and the 2 lead actors, both brother and sister, Finn and Gabby, I think that's her name. Shoot, just forget. But she's more so the lead now this time around. And it's really it's a solid sequel. It's definitely an homage to like the Nightmare on Elm Streets and all those types of things. And Ethan Hawke is equally as creepy as he was in the first one. They explain things very well, and it's a very good sequel. And I enjoyed watching it. It was a good time to be scared at the movies, if you will. But I'm going to post it on I'm going to post it as soon as this show's over. Cali Kid, that is very, very nice indeed, and thank you again. My goodness, man, thank you.
Thank you, Cali Kid.
Cali Kid, you got to let us know what's going on with your mom, please, 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 please come back in and tell us. That was very kind of you. Thank you, Nathan Drake. I'd love to see Steph's Roadhouse '89. You never seen that, right? The '89 one. Okay, that's a good one to do. That's a good one to do. Yeah, we have that too.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll like it.
Oh,
I
you
like
def-
those types
You
of
like those?
movies.
Yeah, that's why we're watching these. You're a bit. You can tell you just grew up in the wrong era. But yeah.
Yeah, I grew up actually being like I don't like action movies, and now I'm like, well, it's probably, other than fantasy, my favorite genre. Just like a good action.
So good.
It's the best.
Yeah. Josh Vasquez, the Saw franchise might be a great reaction series. Black Phone might have already gone by the wayside. Well, I just thought because the new one was coming out that it would be a good time to pair it up.
Right, because if I feel like the first one got a lot of great reception.
It did.
So I would have thought it did well too.
It did. You know, the reaction age.
But I feel like for the horror watches, they like either the super scary movies because they're just like want to see people scared, or they like the like cult following ones, like what's the one, Hereditary. I feel like that type of.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if
I don't know though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We've taken a shot. I'm sticking, and I'm still, maybe it's because I'm stubborn. Like everything in my being was telling me to bail on the Demon Slayer reactions because they're barely hitting like 8,000 views. It's just not worth it monetarily for, Winston and the editors and everything. So it's just not worth it. It's losing a lot of money. But I want to finish it, and I want to keep watching. And then it's like, okay, then we do the Black Phone, and there's been, please people go watch Interstellar tomorrow. I need a hit.
Yeah. If there's like one hit a week, then we could do more like fun stuff.
I know what you mean.
Don't have as much pressure.
Yeah, I can take if there's one hit, then it's like, okay, then it all makes sense. If they're all shit bombs, then it's like, fuck. Then I gotta start scaling back, and then so hopefully you guys check it out. Nathan Drake, Jetson was on Nick at Night when I was a kid in the 90s. I didn't realize it was a 60s show though. Yeah, I mean they did rerun it for quite a while.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh man, Cali Kid again. I love movies. I love going to the movies. I love good movies. Cali Kid.
Cali Kid, I love you. If you sent these in all as separate, I would be winning by far.
That's just true.
By far. But thank you.
Okay, Sam does do one or two a week. Sam's got to let's see, cue these all up in a playlist, and you clean up the house. They're on playlist though. The reactions? I don't know what you mean, Casey. They're all of them are in a playlist.
Huh.
All right. So right now we've got 30, Steph. Looks like that's it for today. But it was a good battle.
It was. And Cali Kid gave us a lot of support.
That's right. Next week I got Steph twice on the channel. We got the live show, and the other thing that we got going on is potentially Running Man with Arnold, but two more came in before we signed off. Is this one of those things? We'll see. Eric Arlane, speaking of Del Toro, please watch Pan's Labyrinth. That you've seen Pan's Labyrinth, right?
Yeah, I love it. And then I got roasted on my hands.
Oh, that's right. Sam could probably watch that. That's true. Beautiful movie with real horror is a real life story. That is a great movie. It's my favorite.
Fantastic.
It's my favorite Del Toro movie. I love it.
Yeah.
Sam is a Spanish preacher. That's a good call, Eric. It's a great call for her. It's a good one. Mike Cat. I miss old MTV. No music videos now. Shameful. Is MTV still a thing?
No, they produce some stuff now, but I agree. Like, I don't know why they made that switch. They didn't hang on long enough.
Right.
And I feel like it could have hung on and then become back in again. And then because MTV kind of dropped off on the music videos, I feel like music video quality in general dropped off.
Definitely. I mean, it would have been interesting for them to really do brand that, especially their own YouTube channel, and debut it there and bring back TRL and all that stuff too. Be interesting.
Yeah.
Tim, best disaster movie? Just rewatch 2012. Well, that's definitely not my favorite disaster movie. Favorite disaster movie. Why do I think Twister's up top when I don't? Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah.
Disaster. Let me get a list. Okay. Day After Tomorrow. No. Disaster movie. No. Armageddon is a good one. Aftershock, The Core, Outbreak's probably the best quality one. That one is, especially after what we went through in 2020. That one probably
Yeah.
Everest is a good one too. Twisters. Yeah, I would probably say, I mean, Contagion's probably the best as far as quality wise, movie wise. What about you, Steph?
Does Children of Men count?
It's kind of futuristic.
Yeah. Okay, so best disaster then. Armageddon's pretty fun.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I don't.
Okay. Yeah. Well, GoPal says Jetsons used to air after school on Channel 5 when I was a kid in the 80s. Oh, it was on for a while. Yeah. Here you go, Steph again. Cali Kid.
Cali Kid.
Crushing.
What did we talk about?
Cali Kid
If you sent these in, it's all separate.
If you sent in like 10 of those,
I would have broke the record.
yeah, maybe.
But
GoPal.
thank you, Cali Kid.
That was awesome. Thank you, Cali Kid. GoPal. When there were independent TV stations. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Mobland was an MTV series. Yeah, it's Paramount though. That's what I think of. But yes, MTV. But it's not. But so change your name. It was MTV.
Right.
Change your name.
Mobland's good.
Yeah. GoPal. They used to do shows like Scream and Teen Wolf. Right. But then they used to do actually. But back in the day, they would do a lot of other things. Okay. Well, now with 38, still pretty damn good.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Pretty damn good.
Love
ya.
Right.
Steph, where can they find you? What's your channel about? What's going on?
At Steph Sabra all over social media, youtube.com/Steph Sabra. Tuesday, Thursday, I'm dropping usually always lifestyle fashion content. And then Sunday, I go live and answer all your questions. And that's where we really talk mostly about movies and TV, 5 p.m. PT. So come hang out.
Thank you guys for joining us here. Thank you to Steph Sabra for being here. We'll be back tomorrow. Capes and Cows, Chris Carr, and Winston A. Marshall. So we appreciate you. And what do you think about Mike Kalinowski's face? Fair enough. Thanks for being here. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Yeah, that's pretty good.